to another edition of Scientific Connections Project Geeta. In this episode, I'll talk a little bit about two verses from chapter 6. This chapter defines who a yogi is and how one can become a yogi. The word that the chapter uses is yoga arutha. You will find close similarities between the definition given in this chapter and the descriptions that you will find in Yoga Sutra. A yogi is one who has controlled his or her mind totally and completely. And a yogi is someone who's not swayed by temptations and persuasions. Now, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, goes one step further. You cannot be a yogi by simply abandoning your cravings and preoccupations. You must also contemplate on this, on the self, contemplate constantly on the self, the all-pervading entity, the only constant, unchanging entity in the world. If one wants to be completely happy and healthy, physically, mentally, and spiritually, one needs to take care of both his mind and body. This is common sense, and so is science. I'll now mention two verses from chapter 6, verses 16 and 17. I'm paraphrasing the messages here. It's not an exact translation, but I hope you get the gist. Yoga is not possible for someone who eats too much, nor for someone who eats too little, nor for someone who sleeps too much or sleeps too little. Now, 100 years ago, medical science didn't even talk about obesity or eating right or overeating as much as it does now. The Gita admonishes us against eating too much. Remember, this was written thousands of years ago. Moderation is key, is what modern health experts advise us. Now, listen to verse 17 of the Gita. Again, I'm paraphrasing. Verse 17. Yoga becomes the destroyer of pain for someone who is moderate in eating and recreation, who is moderate in his or her exertion during action, who is moderate in sleep and wakefulness. I think the scientific connection here is self-explanatory, and I won't elaborate further. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got some valuable advice from the Gita that you can faithfully apply to your life, real life. Next week, we'll discuss a very effective way of controlling your mind, something that's called yogic breathing. There has been some scientific study on this type of practice, and we'll look at it, and I'll give you some references as well. Until then, have a great week. Namaste.